I don't really know what to expect from Clorinde's story quest. I just want her to pop off. That's all I want, really. What's up, gang?
Still no dice?
And one thing I will just add straight away is I love it when they allow characters to be more expressive like this.
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already. Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
Introverts rise up.
What about Chiori and Charlotte? I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off too, so I don't want to bother them either.
So we're just gonna, you know, chill behind them and not even say anything? Just listening in?
This is getting pretty difficult.
Boo.
Navia, Clorinde, what's up?
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners. How are you all doing?
Hello, Navia.
Huh. Navia?
Yeah, get these two to help.
Huh? Oh, you mean...
Like we always do.
Yep, this is our chance.
What are you gonna do?
Do you need our help with something?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now
Oh,
that
no.
only you can solve.
Only me? Whoa.
Whoa, for real?
Probably not. It's probably just something stupid that no one wants to do.
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
So dramatic, man. Yeah, tell me about it.
Traveler, Paimon,
Let's hear it.
would you join us and play Marechaussee Hunter Judgment Day?
Oh, okay, I remember now. Yeah, this was in the trailer. And what is that?
Marechaussee what now?
I don't know.
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
Ah, D&D then.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a story and roleplay characters with your friends.
D&D.
Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
That sounds super interesting.
D&D is very fun.
Clorinde and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them.
So Clorinde is a fan of tabletop. Okay, I like that.
And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on, a brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
Fair enough.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues, but I think this one is pretty solid. The author obviously put a lot of work into the story, and the world building is also quite credible.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know I was the one that handed you the script, but some of us haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please.
Based.
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final player right now.
Yeah, because Paimon don't count. Yeah, you were right. This is a big problem.
So, you're saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
Anything for you, Navia.
Paimon and the Traveler are kind of a package deal. Is that okay?
Like always, yeah.
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players, and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Yeah, Paimon just can be our summon. Add that in.
Well, Traveler, what do you think? Wanna play? Paimon will follow your lead.
Always help a friend in need.
Well, that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
Woohoo! I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
Buzz in.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Clorinde the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for this script.
Instead of fighting on paper and all that, we're fighting in real life.
In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives.
Okay.
On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life.
Oh, right. Okay.
We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Okay, so I was kind of right. I think this is also something people do in real life as well, right? Like they do real life locations for their D&D games. Definitely something unique that I want to do eventually.
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did put in a lot of work.
You gotta respect the dungeon masters, man. They put in a lot of work.
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
Fair enough.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
It's like the nightmare for like GMs though. They're like, oh wait, we don't know how this story ends, and they're just kind of sat there like, oh no, I'm not prepared. Oh no, the players have gone off track.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioriya Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Oh, we might meet Chiari.
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something.
Act like it sometimes.
Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
They're setting up this story quest to be quite fun, to be honest. I'm down.
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across.
Yeah, okay, this is pretty much D&D. Alright. I'm down for this. The Silent Night started. It'll be interesting to see characters kind of play a different character. You know, like act differently. Oh, Verena and Lenny?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
You're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
Saw, dude.
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Ah, so Lenny's our fourth player.
Lenny, Farina!
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
didn't know you were playing too. Are you also members of the tabletop troupe?
Yeah, they also showed Lenny in the trailer. Hey, you two.
I'm more of a casual member, if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette, Fremine, and I play something similar at the Hotel Bouffe Tété sometimes, but I'm usually the GM.
Forever Dungeon Master.
Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
Lenny finally escaping Dungeon Master hell.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at all. Clorinde simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
Got a hotline and sinker.
If you're interested, I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
I love how relatable this is, man.
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first, especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then I'll join.
Fair enough.
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troupe activities, Clorinde?
It certainly seems like it.
You could say that. She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the troupe.
Right. I knew about that even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
That's kind of cute. So you've got this badass duelist who just plays D&D on the side. I like that.
Wow. I'm so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
Hey, I mean, you've also got like prisoners and that who play D&D, and they really enjoy that. So if we have a problem with any of the roles, do we have to submit a duel request to you? True.
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players.
So you're not one of those GMs, eh?
I maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor.
Fair enough.
But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
Well, you say that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
Got GM rage. What are my players doing? Stop killing the NPCs.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
Okay, we might actually see Clorinde get emotional in this story quest. Seems like that's what they're setting up.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
No, that's not what I meant.
You want a showdown? Boom, 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 ba-dum. Boom, boom,
I'm
boom,
back.
boom,
Here,
boom.
allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
Okay, I respect the drip.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Nah, the guy's just roleplaying.
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's fun though, isn't it?
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience.
I respect it.
Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marashose Hunters. You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of events unfolding in the capital.
I can't remember. The Marshon Hunters is a relic set, right? I'm pretty sure it is.
Paimon's not super familiar with the history of the Marashose Hunters. Is that a problem?
Yeah, we're in the same boat, Paimon.
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, basically, Marashose hunters were people who dedicated themselves to hunting monsters and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations.
Okay.
Their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well as the first hunter, Cassiodor.
Why does that name sound familiar? Let me do a little search. Oh, okay. I remember now. Cassiodor's the one from the World Quest. Okay. The recent new World Quest, anyway. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, the Golden Hunter, blah, 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 all this. Okay.
But I'll leave the finer details for you to seek out and discover later.
Mm-hmm. And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
Sick.
In that case, brave hunters, are you ready to set out on an unknown adventure?
Yeah, woo!
Whoa, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already.
She's just sat there like, look at these nerds, man.
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well, head over to this location and begin your heroic journey.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
I feel like it is going to turn into something where, you know, where we are fighting like fake monsters and that, but then there's just going to be this big ass monster that just comes out of nowhere. And then that's probably when Clorinde pops off. Or maybe everyone pops off. Who knows?
It's the exact location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh. Seems like they have everything prepared.
Nice.
Please check all your belongings, everyone, and make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Once you're ready, please follow me to the designated location.
Alright, field trip.
Sounds good. Hunter Squad, move out!
Damn, where's this venue at, man? This is a nice little area.
Whoa, they really have thought of everything. Even the phaetometer is here and ready to go for us.
Look at that, drinks have already been poured, there's food on the table. Buzzing.
The phaetometer. What's that?
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure. We'll need to use it when we try to use certain skills.
Okay, so pretty much just a D20 then, or something similar.
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
Seems like it.
That's what the message said.
Really? That's so nice. It feels just like a tea party with friends.
But we're getting into the real shit, we're playing D&D.
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
Alright, yeah, leave it to the Vortex.
I think you might be more of a snack hunter than a Marashose hunter, Paimon.
Yeah, Paimon's our summon that just eats all the food. Sick.
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
Well, there goes the budget.
The desserts are great. But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
I'm with you, Farina.
Very fair. Then, let us begin. First, please pick up the blank character cards in front of you, and write down your name and profession.
Ah yes, the hardest part of creating a character, coming up with a name. Hey, the crab wants in as well.
You can find an abbreviated version of the rules printed on the back of your character card. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. In this story, everyone is a Marashose hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a small badge for everyone.
It's kind of cool.
Ooh, nice.
As hunters, you have proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default.
Nice.
So there's no need to allocate any additional skill points to those areas.
Imagine if we do just get like a character sheet that we can fill out. To be honest, I would probably spend like the next 3 hours on it if they did.
Swordsmanship? So there's a fighting part to all of this? Paimon's not sure she can do all that on her own. Maybe Paimon can just stick with you?
Like always? Sure.
Why don't you share a character card then? The Traveler will be the Marashose Hunter, and you can be her little floating assistant.
I was summon.
Kinda like in real life.
Yeah.
So, for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my character?
That you would.
Yep. It can be any name you like.
Alright, where's the random name generator? That comes in clutch.
You can use your real name too if you want. I do that whenever I get too lazy to think of a new name.
Oh, so it would be like experiencing a different life, but still as yourself. That's not a bad idea.
Kinda like how you were doing for 500 years, you know? Acting as a different person.
In that case, I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
Fair enough.
Next up is the skill sheet. You have a limited amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills. The more points you invest in a particular skill, the easier it will be to pass associated checks.
Is this an introduction to the new permanent game mode they're adding? That would be really cool if it is, or if it's just like a separate thing.
I'll take persuasion and investigation. Those are must-haves when it comes to missions like these.
Yeah, persuasion on the animals.
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering intelligence. Good idea, Navia. Just as expected of a veteran player.
Until every player resorts to violence. Oh well, can't persuade him. Let's kill him.
So, should we also take those skills then?
Hey, I'm just saying this crab wants to play. He's trying to take Lenny's seat.
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia and use our skill points to pick up other useful skills. For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand. That will give us more options if we run into any situations we can't negotiate our way out of.
Lenny's just playing himself.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not so different from an acting troupe. Everyone has their own role to play.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'll take arts and performance.
Of course.
I'm not quite sure what use they'll be, but I'm not as knowledgeable about the other skills, and I'm not too confident I'd be able to roleplay them well.
Everyone's just role-playing themselves at this point.
Well, that leaves us. What do you want to learn, Traveler?
Cooking, no. Medicine, kind of good. Insight, also kind of good. I do like some good insight, to be honest. That can be quite helpful in certain situations.
Oh, something that'll help you get a read on other people's thoughts. Sounds useful.
Oh, okay, we just can learn all of them? Alright, I'll also learn medicine.
Ooh, so you want to help people when they're injured. That's nice of you. So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these 2 skills?
Okay, yeah. I'm fine with these 2. Yep, I'm sure.
Let's see. Oh, looks like you each have enough points to choose one final skill.
Oh, buzzing.
You've all picked such classic skills. It's fine to go a little bit out of the box, you know.
Yeah, they've all just picked skills they're good at in real life.
Why do I get the feeling she's getting ready to cause trouble?
Navia's that type of player, right?
For example, this one here. Summon. Doesn't it sound super mysterious and cool?
Oh, I saw that one just now as well. The description says, this skill can be used under certain circumstances to summon characters or creatures that fit the script's world-building rules.
Okay, the range of that is kind of mad.
The script's world-building rules, huh? But how are we supposed to know what a Marashose hunter can summon?
Yeah, that kind of leaves it open-ended, you know.
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend. Just learn the skills that interest you, and the GM will take care of the rest.
Put all the work on the GM, there you go. To be honest, this quest might be like one of my favorites, mainly because it's just relatable.
Alright, you've convinced Paimon. Let's learn Summon then. Paimon Paimon can't wait to see what kind of thing shows up.
And just summon Paimon, there we go. That's our summoned creature.
Well, now that everyone's more or less finished creating their characters, we can begin.
Clorine's just sat there like, oh god, now I have to think of what they have to summon at the time. I have to keep track of that now. Damn it.
Since 2 of our players are doing this for the first time, though, let me ask, would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
Authentic.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the Fatometer. For example, if you fail a check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A critical failure may even result in further negative consequences.
You gotta love the Nat 1s, man. Nat 1s just make things significantly more better.
If you choose to play in authentic mode, every time you elect to use a skill, you'll need to use the Fatometer to see whether you succeed or fail, and face any consequences that may follow.
Yep, authentic mode is the best mode. We're going with it.
If you choose easy mode instead, every check will be successful by default, and you won't have to
No.
worry about luck playing a factor.
That's boring. Oh, we're actually playing a game? So I'm guessing this is part of the new permanent mode they're adding. I'm guessing anyway. Yep, between 1 and 20, so yeah, it's just a D20. Yeah, I played D&D, I know how this works. Yep. Proficiency
Given
bonus.
that I'd like to focus on the story, I suppose I should pick easy mode. I'd feel bad if I brought the team down by failing my checks.
Boring. Come on, man, the failures make the game better. Succeeding on everything makes it worse.
Huh? Oh, come on. Don't worry about that.
Mhm.
RNG is the lifeblood of role-playing games. I'm going with authentic mode for sure.
There we go, me and Navia's on the same page.
Never knowing what you might have to overcome. Ugh, doesn't that sound exciting?
Yeah, and that just makes the natural 20s even better, you know?
I'd rather be mentally prepared for what might happen.
All right, then I'll mark down Farina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful by default. As usual, Navia and Linny will play on authentic mode.
Chads.
What about you, dear partner? How would you like to play?
I'd like to pick authentic mode, easy.
Are you sure?
Yes, no doubt about that.
Trust me, you'll see the beauty of RNG.
I love RNG, man. Makes things significantly better.
Honestly, I don't think Clorinde would make things too difficult for us no matter what the Fatometer says. Isn't that right, Clorinde?
Yeah, sure. It won't be too difficult.
No promises.
Nice. That's the kind of DM that you want.
That wasn't super reassuring.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started. I want to experience at least a good chunk of the story today.
God, now I just want to play D&D. Because I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to get invested in this, and then the story quest is going to end. I'm just going to be sat there like, oh, yep, the DM no longer wants to play. Cool.
Speaking of the story, why is the beginning scene on a beach?
Hey, let it play out.
Well, that's because a long time ago,
Oops.
back when human civilization was still in its infancy, powerful demons and evil sorcerers ruled over the land. They created a host of monsters and sent them to slaughter all humans in existence.
This is just bringing out my nerdy side, man.
Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue each and every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as the Marashosei Hunters.
On a side note, absolutely love Clorinde's outfit there. Yeah, I'm actually super invested now. Oh, that's cool. I kind of like how they're doing this.
Sometime later, as a member of the Marashosei Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city.
Definitely not Mondstadt.
As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place.
Yeah, I would like to roll to pickpocket, please.
Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marashosei hunters, Likely led to this location after receiving the same commission as you.
Okay, the squad?
You're all Marashose hunters too, right? Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade and helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side.
That outfit is so cute, man. We might actually see the Traveler in a different outfit. Hold on a minute. Even though it might not be in-game, we might see it in 2D.
What say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the road.
I'm down.
Okay, count me in.
That's so sick. You can't give us these outfits and not have them unlockable.
My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a Marashose hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
God, that sounds very familiar.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone? It sounds like they've done this dozens of times.
That's also the hardest part, trying to introduce your character.
My name is Farina, and, I grew up in a noble family. I always had a strong interest in performance and the arts. Even though I'm a Marashose hunter, what I really want is to be a performing artiste.
God, my ears are ringing like mad for some reason. You can hear the nervousness. She's just like me for real, man. Love the outfit as well.
Hey, that's really cool. You can do it, Farina. That's exactly how it's done.
I'm just being a huge nerd at this point.
Paimon is Paimon, a good
Hey.
friend and companion to this Marashose hunter right here.
We actually might get to see the Traveler in a different outfit.
I've been studying medicine ever since I was a child. I want to do my part to eradicate these monsters and use what I've learned to heal others.
This is impossible. Oh, wait, but... Oh, my bad as well. I just realized my face cam is blocking them. Take a look at that. The Traveler in a different outfit. I'm guessing the Traveler's outfit changes here depending on the skills that you pick. Because this is a doctor's outfit, so if we didn't take medicine, we would have got something different. I'm gonna have to look them up after.
Oh, welcome, welcome. When we face the monsters, I'll make sure to charge in front to give everyone some cover. You can take care of the healing at the back.
Okay, we got the tank.
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marashose hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis.
Disaster.
The lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of wickedness. We beseech you, please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home."
You know what? I'm just gonna say it now. If they do not give us a second chapter of this story quest, and it's not a continuation of this, I'm gonna be mad.
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar.
Shut up, Pam.
It kind of reminds Paimon of Mondstadt.
Shh. Pam, sometimes you just gotta take inspiration, alright? You don't call DMs out on this.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
Wow, this campaign's kind of similar to a game I played.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled. You recall the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle tranquility of days gone by.
Saved.
Yet, as you regard the city in front of you, it appears to be little more than an empty shell. Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning you to come forth and bring salvation back to the town.
I think we can handle this. We've got quite the squad.
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my attention to the signatures at the bottom. Who issued this commission to us?
Smart.
You see a long string of unfamiliar names. It would seem that many of the residents of the city issued this commission together. They sensed that things were not right within the kingdom and sent a distress signal to the outside world.
Interesting.
In that case, why don't we take a walk around the city and see if we can learn anything from the local residents?
And we can put our insight to good use here as well. See if anyone's being a little sussy.
Oh, good idea. We might be able to get some leads on the monsters and bad guys we're after.
So, we're playing a doctor who has pretty good insight, so I kind of like that. Getting some good insight on people that you want to treat. A good way to gain a little bit of knowledge as well. Whoa.
You look up and see a tavern nearby. It appears to be open for the day.
Oh yes, because things never go wrong at the tavern.
Why don't we go check out that tavern? If the novels I've read are anything to go by, taverns are usually full of information.
And fights. Oh, that's cool. You've got
As
everyone.
you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Just drunk, innit? Then you've got her role playing.
Greetings, friend.
That's so cool.
Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
That was such a good way of showing that. But yeah, like I was saying before, you have all the characters on trial as well.
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right. The weather today is quite lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop causing trouble.
I'm glad that they've also got Clorinde doing the voice acting. I like that.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking questions, we might be able to get some good leads.
I think Navia took persuasion, right? So we'll probably leave talking to Navia and Farina, and then we'll check if anyone's being suspicious with insight.
Oh, come now, don't
There
be
you go.
sad. Life is all about optimism. Oh, that reminds me. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Alright, develop some friendships.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
I don't think that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
I already know what type of player Navia is. She sees the railroad that the star is meant to go off, and she's like, oh, that's a nice looking tree. Let's go over there.
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some macarons? I could make you some.
You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
You can still do it though.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef. Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
I feel like Farina might be a Rose lawyer, to be honest.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine.
Called out.
Hey, did she just... me?
It seems like she did. Absolute rude individual.
Clorinde must have broke character for a second.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Traveler, maybe you can think of something.
Yeah, can I roll for insight to see if this person's kind of being suspicious? I like to do an insight check to see what's troubling her.
The results of insight checks aren't disclosed to the players, so I'll be the one consulting the fatometer.
Okay. Alright, let's see it. Come on. Give me that 20.
You recall all the lessons you've learned in your time and begin to carefully observe the woman's mannerisms.
Okay, so that's how you're playing it? Alright, we don't get to see it? I like that.
You notice that when she's quiet, she has an empty look in her eyes, as if her thoughts have drifted to a place far, far away. And when she speaks, she often subconsciously reaches out to touch the ring on her left hand.
Seems like we succeeded. Did something happen to your husband?
So you noticed. That's a little embarrassing.
Alright, we got our first success. I don't know how much this is actually railroaded to like succeed. I don't know if you can fail or not, but I'm just gonna believe that there is a chance of failing and succeeding.
A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Okay.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
And he seems like he hasn't returned, eh?
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
Interesting.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those monsters as soon as possible. We sincerely hope your husband will be able to return to your side soon.
So we have to go to someone who sent out those soldiers, or has information on it.
Thank you.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just try to remain optimistic and wait for good news.
Yeah, we've got this. And plus, we're a medic, so we'll be able to save anyone that might potentially be dying. That's good.
We don't always get to choose what happens to us. But we do get to choose the little things, like what we eat and how we respond to the things life throws our way. I hope that one day, you too will recognize the power of something as small and inconsequential as a delicious dessert.
Navia's the yapper.
I'll do my best. You bid farewell to the woman, and continue your journey further into the city.
Alright, let's roll out. I'm just having a blast at this point.
As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet.
Well,
A nearby
Two poor men.
merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
you want to go? Yeah?
Although he doesn't seem very friendly, merchants are usually a good source of information, right?
So he might have information then.
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing to pay?
Nice. I do like it. They've got Navia just doing the voices. Alright, we're gonna have to get Navia to help with the persuasion checks.
How about this much?
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an onion with that amount.
Get Lenny to pickpocket some people. We get Navia to persuade the price down. We've got this.
Surely an onion can't be that expensive, right?
Or Farina could do some performances and get some money.
What do you know? War's nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before. If you're not gonna buy anything, then scram.
Okay, war.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something?
Yeah, persuade him up, Navia.
Sir, we came to this city to solve the very problem you seem to be referring to. The war you mentioned, would it happen to be against the monsters outside the city? If you happen to be well informed and know a thing or two about what's going on, we'd appreciate it if you could share that information with us. After all, the sooner this problem gets resolved, the easier it will be for you to do your business.
Okay. Pretty good persuasion. We have to be an 8. 17 clapped.
Well, things are basically as you said, young lady.
Nice one, Navia. Whoa!
Those monsters are camped outside the city, and they've been destroying all our trade routes. We have limited reserves within the city, so if this continues, we're all gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan in place to distribute supplies or maintain order?
That seems like it's gonna go well.
We could all starve, and those nobles in the palace wouldn't even break a sweat.
Ah, classic noble situation. The nobles are terrible people.
Who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots with the monsters all along.
Yeah, throwing in those sprinkles.
That is concerning.
All right. That's all the information you need, right? Off with you now. I've still got business to do.
Alright, very interesting.
You know, if you smiled a little more, you'd definitely get more business. And I bet that would make your life just a little bit sweeter. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to work. It's just a tip.
Navia's just talking at Clorinde at this point. Yeah, just try some sweet things. Smile a little bit.
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Could do.
How about the city square? Follow me.
It's actually interesting seeing Mondstadt's gates down for once. What's this? No Catherine? Impossible. Oh, there's no fountain either. Huh.
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low.
Nah, what are you up to?
He doesn't seem to notice your approach. Still immersed in his own thoughts, he shakes his head and lets out a long sigh.
This guy seems promising enough. Maybe I can get some information out of him.
Alright, go for it, Farina.
Hello, sir. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Wait, you're...
Farina.
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're a Marashose hunter!
Interesting how you knew that, good sir.
You recognize us? Ah, are you one of the people who wrote the commission letter?
Yes, yes! Oh, I didn't expect you to actually come. Oh, what great news! The city is saved!
Huzzah! Whoa!
What happened here?
Alas, we once lived comfortable, carefree lives. This city used to be free of monsters. The first Marashose hunter, Casiodor, the Golden Hunter, he was the one who drove them back.
Cassador's an absolute chad, by the way.
However, monsters have once again surrounded the city. Perhaps the seal that kept them at bay has lost its power. Or perhaps an evil sorcerer has been meddling in our affairs. All I know for sure is that their return has stripped this city of any chance at peace.
So maybe the nobles are working with an evil sorcerer. They set up a plan to have all the guards go out to fight monsters, but it was a setup, and they got kidnapped or killed. Ooh.
Are there not enough soldiers to drive them out?
It's not a question of numbers. The guards simply have no idea how to deal with them. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. What's worse, many of us don't even know the history of the Marashose hunters anymore. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the Marashose hunters drove back the monsters. So, on the off chance that something might come of it, I decided to reach out to you.
Insight check on whether this guy is suspicious. Just insight check, everyone.
To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those stories were just tall tales. But now that I've seen you in person, I finally know that it was true.
Good for you.
Well, you can rest easy, friend. The righteous and formidable Marashose hunters are on the case.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes begin to well with tears of relief.
It's like me anytime I'm playing D&D. I'm just like suspicious of everyone.
Still, if we are going to hunt the monsters, we need to know where to find them. Can you give us any leads?
All I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. I'm afraid I can't point you toward a specific location.
We might need to go to the nobles.
Oh, although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road, you should run into a group of guards. They might know more about where to find the monsters.
Okay, that's pretty huge.
I see. We'll go look for them then.
All right, be careful. Oh, and one last thing. The monsters outside the city are just part of the problem. There are evil sorcerers inside the city as well, so be on your guard.
Evil sorcerers might be working with the nobles then. Or maybe the nobles are being corrupted. Or mind-controlled. Oh.
They're actively working with the monsters, and have corrupted the court ministers with malicious magic.
Oh.
They're the reason why, even inside the city, everything has been a giant mess.
Oh, there you go.
Even one of our kindest ministers has turned into a boorish and unreasonable figure, interested in nothing but enacting laws that exploit the people. Who knows how much longer we'll be able to go on like this.
We're gonna have Farina do a big performance and like undo the brainwashing.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try to cheer him up?
Yeah, Farina, could you sing him a song?
Like, now? Is this really the right time?
Hey, sometimes you just have to bang out a tune, you know?
I appreciate your kindness, but for now, it's more important to focus on the crisis at hand.
Yeah, we don't have proficiency in cooking, so we're gonna try that one.
Brave hunters, I leave the future of this kingdom to you.
Damn, man, we could have heard Farina singing.
If I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
Meeting time.
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
Indeed.
But which problem should we tackle first?
Well, if we handle the problem inside the city first, the soldiers that went missing for 3 days will probably be in more danger. So it's rather we go out to help them and we save those, but then more people in the city will probably be corrupted and inside the city will become more of a mess.
Well, this seems like a good moment for a break. Take some time and discuss what you want to do. Let me know when you've made your decision.
Just planning.
I really didn't expect the people in the city to keep us at arm's length like that. I totally thought the hunters would be treated like heroes.
Oh, kind of like we learned from the guy. Like, not many people know even about them in the first place.
Well, Clorinde said the script took cues from the real history of Fontaine, right? Maybe the real-life Marashosei hunters were also treated like that.
Yeah, they're more of like a secret group that just kicked ass.
I wouldn't say it's a perfect representation of history, but there are definitely some similarities. Would you like to hear more about it?
Sure.
Sure. As long as it doesn't spoil anything in the script. You brought up bits and pieces of the hunter's history before, but it was all in passing.
This is kind of like a unique way of like just telling lore.
Haima wants to know too! The hunters were super powerful, right? Were they all from a special line of supernatural beings or something? Kind of like the yokai in Inazuma?
It's one way to view it, I guess.
No. All Marashosei hunters were ordinary mortal fighters. The only thing that set them apart were the special sword techniques passed down over the centuries.
I mean, Casador became an absolute chad, though. That guy became a spirit holding off, like, other things. Became a cat. That was cool.
Huh? So you mean anyone could become a Marashosei hunter?
Yeah, but they would most likely die.
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training and master the swordsmanship techniques required to fight the monsters. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages, and others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person.
Makes sense.
To become a hunter, you must be strong in both body and mind.
You gotta be built different. There you go.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly? Oh, and the evil sorcerer the script mentions. Did they exist in real life too?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known as Remuria. After that dynasty fell, monsters began to appear, intent on obstructing humans from establishing a new social order.
By the way, that world quest was so good. Loved a lot of that.
One of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria used his power to assemble a formidable army of golems. He sought to use that force to establish himself as king.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch a video on the whole Remuria situation again because there was a lot of information in it. From what I know, they were trying to go against fate and did not go well, and they were all kind of cursed. Yeah, bunch of information.
Now, wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script. We still haven't found any in-game information on him yet. So, why don't you talk about someone else for now?
Navia trying to avoid spoilers, I respect it.
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then... how about Casiodor, the Golden Hunter? Or Egeria, the ex-Hydro Archon?
Egeria might be interesting.
Wait, but those people are all from a super long time ago. Where did you learn all this, Clorinde?
What do you know?
From my master.
Who?
Huh. By master, you mean Miss Petronia?
Who?
Is someone you know?
Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends. Back in the day, she would often bring Clorinde over to play, but then...
Yeah, your childhood friends? That's cute.
Let's not get off topic. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Responding to Egeria's call, a number of warriors followed Casiodor into battle against the monsters. This group of warriors, under Casiodor's leadership, became known as the Marashosei Hunters.
Yeah, because we know that Casador betrayed his people because... I can't remember who the guy above Casador was. I forgot his name. And he was like, yo, Casador, my man, we screwed up. go help the Fontainians. So yeah, then Casador turned on his people. You know, if they went through and succeeded, yeah, things would have been very bad.
Yet, as Fontaine entered an era of peace, their work gradually became obsolete. The Marashosei Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melusines.
The Chads.
Ah, I see. That explains why most of the people in the script have forgotten the hunters or think of them as nothing more than a legend.
Is that really a bad thing, though? It can get tough always being the one shouldering everyone's expectations.
Aw.
Depends on who you ask, I suppose. If the name of the organization no longer commands respect, investigative work is bound to suffer.
True.
Speaking of investigations, which problem should we tackle first? Monsters or evil sorcerer?
Depends. It's like I said earlier, if we go for the evil sorcerers, then the people that went missing will probably die, or they'll lose a lot of members. And if we go after the monsters, then the corruption of the city might worsen.
I vote monsters. That's the main duty of the hunters, right? We can come back to the sorcerer later.
Well said, Miss Farina. Plus, if the sorcerers really are the masterminds behind this whole thing, defeating the monsters could give us some clues on their intentions as well.
True, but it could be turned around. Defeating the sorcerers first might dispel the monsters.
What about you, partner? What do you think?
Decisions. I would say we do the monsters, but then again, the sorcerer situation might become worse. We'll just do the monsters.
It's decided then.
Alright.
All right. After some discussion, you decide to turn around and head out of the city.
Damn, I'm invested, man.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
Lenny might be good in this situation.
You there, outsiders, halt!
We good?
Who's there?
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build and a determined expression in his eyes. Just one look, and you can tell he's fought in his fair share of battles.
The man looks kind of thin, but I'll allow it.
Although he's trying his best to conceal his current state, his uneven gait and the sweat dripping down his forehead make it obvious that he's been wounded and is in serious pain.
Hey, don't worry. We've got this. We can handle him.
I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you sneaking around the city earlier, so I'll only ask this once.
Yeah, again, that's going back to my point earlier. If we were dealing with the sorcerers, he might have died.
State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
I mean, we can show down, but we just wanna help.
Wow, it's been a while since someone's been this suspicious of us.
Reasonably so.
I said talk, not whisper between yourselves.
Have you ever heard of the Marchese hunters?
Who?
Marachose hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What, you expect me to believe you're one of them?
Yes, we do. The thing with the medicine check is that, would he even allow it? I would say I'll just do a medicine check to see if we can convince him, but I feel like he might turn it down. Okay, we have to beat an 8. Let's see. Don't screw me. 10. Ho-ho. Just beat it. There we got you, man.
Using your knowledge of medicine, you're able to deduce that the injury on his calf was a monster's doing, and the wound has already begun to fester. As you check him over, he looks at you with suspicion and retracts his injured leg further back.
Bro, I'm trying to help you, man.
I'm a doctor by trade. Please let me redress your wound. You don't have to suffer like this.
The Traveler looks so good. I love it. We need these outfits, man.
The man appears somewhat disgruntled at having been exposed, but soon relents and raises his leg for you to take a better look.
You're in good hands.
He allows you to apply a poultice of specialized medicine to the wound, and it appears to bring him much relief. The tension in his brow eases.
There we go, we're in.
All right. Guess you lot might actually be real Marachose hunters after all. In any case, you've successfully treated my wound. So, what do you want to know?
What's going on?
Do you know where we can find the monsters, or the other guards who are fighting them?
He informs you of the various locations where monsters have appeared. He looks in that general direction with a pained gaze, as if a thin, invisible thread is pulling on his wound. Some of our new recruits have never even dealt with a petty thief, and now they're out there fighting monsters. If it weren't for this cursed leg.
Hey, don't worry, we can come in clutch.
Oh, please, sir. Don't get too worked up. You need to focus on your recovery. Just leave the monsters to us. We're Marshose hunters after all.
Hearing you say that, a glimmer of hope flashes in his eyes. But it disappears almost as quickly as it came.
So I wonder if you got like a natural 20 there, that his leg would be fully healed and he's able to come along with you. God, now I'm just interested in all the outcomes.
Those monsters aren't easy to deal with. But if you insist on going, I won't stop you either.
Oh yes, we can drop them.
I just hope all the guards will be able to come back to their families alive. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Don't worry, we can get these monsters and we can put them back into the ground.
Based on what the captain said, the monsters should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
Too bad we got the Hydro Traveler. Water jet. More injured.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds.
Got clapped in it. Can't help them. Well, sucks to suck.
A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick,
What's up?
leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
Nah, don't worry. We're built different. I do like the fog, though, and the environment. Like, it definitely makes it a lot more eerie. And you've got Celestia just making itself known, even within the fog. Very visible. Yeah, we got the claws. Yeah, fire as well.
This is the place he mentioned, right?
Going into a boss fight.
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks.
That's a rock, but alright.
All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Yeah, it shows the boss fight.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged.
Let's get him.
They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to devour.
Alright, with Clorinde as a tank, we've got this.
A little help here. This thing wants to eat Paimon.
Your battle round begins. Now.
Alright. What, is this like initiative? We just gotta beat an 8. Alright. Oh, 5. Whew. Our first fail. Combat power remains unchanged. Alright, so I'm guessing it was just like a buff then. It's actually been a while since I played Lenny. Oh no.
Next battle
Oh
round
yeah, okay.
begins now.
Alright, Navia, you're up. So I'm guessing if you succeeded, you would have got like a buff. Easy.
The monsters let out a terrifying roar of anger and resentment before dissipating into thin air.
We win those, man.
Ugh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class came with all those preset skill points. Otherwise, we would have been in some real trouble.
Yeah, we kind of clapped them though, so we're good.
I never knew the Fatometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict. If you get unlucky, isn't it just game over right then and there?
It is what it is.
That's part of the fun. The uncertainty of fate is what gives these games their appeal.
Yeah, rolling a natural 1 when it comes to a boss fight. Ugh. Especially on initiative. That's bad. Especially if there's a group of enemies.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
I'm surprised we call that.
Suspicious lump. Wait, could it be the thing that appears after every battle?
A chest?
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
It might be a trap. We gotta check for traps. Lenny?
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the monsters.
Does seem to be a chest though.
With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
Nice description.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
Alright, let's dig it up. Gotta get the loot. Now we're not gonna check for if it's trapped.
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate the wooden chest from the ground.
Nice.
Even without opening it, you can tell from the mora and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain quite the fortune.
Nice, also having it on the table.
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it and we can share what's inside.
It just explodes. That's for the true immersive experience.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people out there who need this treasure more than us?
True, the people?
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards who got hurt fighting the monsters. Wouldn't it be better if we gave the treasure to them?
Morals in my D&D party? Get out of here.
Wait, is that how it works? Paimon thought since we were the ones to dig it up, we could just take it for ourselves.
Yeah, because you're selfish, Paimon.
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game can impact the future course of the story.
And actually giving like treasure or money to people kind of, you gain more trust as well.
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marchese hunters. What if they think we procured the treasure illegally? They might get even more suspicious of us.
A reasonable concern.
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up on good food? Then we'll be ready to fight even more bad guys.
Okay, Paimon just wants to use it for herself. Gotcha.
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's getting late. Why don't we call it a day for now?
No, can we just play for one more hour, please?
Wow, where did the time go?
Yep, D&D in a nutshell.
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all or because the story is particularly enticing, but I feel like I could almost keep going.
Yep, there it is. The good old... Wait, can we just keep playing for a little bit longer, please?
Here, here. Ooh, how about we play through the night?
I'm not sure I'll have enough energy for that.
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me an earful if I get home too late.
Okay.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Fair enough.
Huh? Another location?
I mean, we were already told that there was like multiple locations.
There's
I
a
think.
special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Okay.
Whoa, they really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
This just seems like something that would be very entertaining to play through, like in real life.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and hear Clorinde finish her story, right? Paimon wants to hear more about the history of the hunters.
Something tells me you just want to finish the free desserts before we break for the day.
Called out, Paimon.
That's just a coincidence, okay? Besides, to Paimon, not finishing free food feels even worse than having to buy her own.
True, wasting free food? Disaster. They made a lot though.
And anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Clorinde's master.
Well,
Yeah, well, if the story doesn't have a happy ending, it's okay not to finish it.
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past. It won't do any harm to share these things now.
Or go down the depressing route of maybe her master also became evil. Who knows? Probably just passed away though. We're just gonna time skip it? Fair enough.
My earliest memories are of living
Okay,
with
never mind.
Master. According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute. My birth parents had left me behind some time before that.
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
Master was a fascinating individual, if inexperienced in the ways of raising children. My first ever toy was a short sword. Although I suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from her waist and handed to a noisy child in need of distraction.
Oh yes, giving a child a blade. I'm sure that goes perfectly well.
Oh wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child? Isn't that dangerous? Did you hurt yourself?
Yes, young thing, go play with this.
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned. She just stood there and casually lectured me about it.
You dumb child. You hold it like this.
See, that's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand. I'll teach you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to learn how to truly hold a blade."
Okay, those are the things you teach someone before, but fair enough.
Excuse me for asking this, Clorinde, but how old were you exactly when all this happened?
8 years old.
Probably around, 3, give or take.
I'm sorry, what?
3? Isn't that when most kids are still struggling to hold a fork?
Clorinde's just built different, I guess. Also explains why she's probably the champion.
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways of raising children. She believed trial and error was the best way to teach a child what they're capable of.
I mean, I get that when you're older, but a 3-year-old? Nah, chief.
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a Geovishap hatchling.
Huh? What? So she's a bit unhinged. Gotcha.
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet? That seems even more dangerous.
I just can see a young Clorinde on top of a Geovishap and just spinning around.
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight. Whoever loses is the real pet.
What? Just like a 3-year-old battling with a Geovishap?
And how old were you when this happened?
Probably like 5.
5.
Yep. Okay.
Well, did you win?
No, I lost.
Who would have guessed? Yeah, a 5-year-old against a monster. That would likely happen in every scenario, except Shenhe.
So you're saying you actually became the Geovishap's pet?
Yes, but only for a week. By the end of that week, I defeated it in combat.
Based.
And we've shared a cordial relationship ever since.
Is this still a pet? Do you still have this thing?
That really doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
Oh, she said ever since, so is it still alive? We might have accidentally killed it.
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. She was a Marashosei hunter, but I never heard her bring up her own parents.
Fair enough.
Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that.
Damn. Alright.
Even though the training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time. We met many of her friends during those days. That was also how I met Mr. Callis and his family.
Hey, that's when they became childhood friends.
I still remember the first time we met. You were too scared to join our picnic and hid behind Ms. Petronia the whole time.
That's so cute.
I still hadn't really met many children my age at that time, so I didn't know how to interact with others.
That's actually adorable.
After that, though, you started coming over a lot. You loved challenging people to shooting competitions, remember? I don't think many members of the Spina ever beat you in one of those.
Damn, alright.
I had a lot of fun during those days.
Where did things go wrong, eh?
I enjoyed them too. Oh, do you remember that one time we went exploring around the Spina together? We overheard Papa call your master Fontaine's Protector of Justice.
Ah, so Clorinde took up that role next. That's nice.
We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it slip that one time.
Protector of Justice? Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago? The one who is always active at night?
Oh, okay. Never mind. It was just something different. Damn, a vigilante. Alright, similar to Diluc then.
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night. I never knew where she went or what she was doing. Until, like Navia said, we overheard the truth from Mr. Callis that night.
You know what? You can never go wrong with a vigilante.
20 years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all kinds of witness reports about her on Nervalette's desk.
Nevertheless, just like I can't be bothered dealing with this man.
My apologies.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. You had nothing to do with it. And anyway, everything she did was for a good cause.
Fair enough.
Although, calling herself the protector of order was a bit much. Especially when she deliberately operated outside the law.
She was a protector of her own order.
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Also that part.
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the protector of, cheese.
Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions and decided to stick to just two. The Protector of Justice and the Protector of Order.
Fair enough.
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the two she'd use by the time she got back each night.
She seemed like a fun individual.
Well, she certainly sounds like a fascinating individual. With her strong sense of justice, it's no surprise her student followed in her footsteps.
Yeah, but what happened?
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful, independent, and with a strong sense of conviction. But...
Ah, here we go, what happened?
But...
Did she become evil for some reason?
she suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Ah. Well then. That's not something you like to hear.
Disappeared? What happened?
Who knows, Paimon?
I have no idea. She didn't even leave a note. I was never able to find out where she went.
Oh, we also had that first character that we came across in the game of D&D. Like, her husband disappeared. Okay.
That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house. But Master never came to pick me up. When I returned home on my own, it was to an empty house.
Oh, man. That's just depressing.
When she still didn't appear after a few days, I went to Mr. Callis's house to ask about her whereabouts. But he only shook his head.
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they never found any credible leads.
Don't worry, I understand. To be perfectly honest, given Master's personality and way of doing things, it all made a lot of sense. If I had to guess, I'd say she probably used it as an opportunity to force me to become independent.
I guess that's like a good way to look at it. Still, like, very weird though.
Just like how, when a litter of kittens reaches a certain age, the mother willingly leaves them behind.
Were you upset, Clorinde?
Probably.
I was at first, but not anymore. I don't believe Master would suddenly disappear for no reason. There must have been something she just had to do.
I mean, since she was a hunter, then something probably came up. But the question is, what would that be?
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine. You're practically a living symbol of law and justice.
Exactly.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her.
Yeah.
Master always did whatever she pleased. But you're right. I suppose I do take after her in some ways.
It's cute, dude.
Who knew Clorinde had such an interesting past?
Yeah.
I never had the chance to ask her about it before.
I mean, but her past also explains why she is such a badass now, you know? Also, I just got the notification that there's a new ReZero trailer. What? ReZero also one of my favorite anime, by the way. I'm just gonna quickly watch this. I will just say, off topic, cannot wait for ReZero, man. Absolutely love that show, man.
I wonder if Clorinde's master were the champion duelist back then. Would that duel against Mr. Callis have gone differently?
Oof. Oh, God. Oh, I'm just piecing it all together now. Oh, that hurts even more, dude. It's the fact that she knew him since childhood. Then she had to kill him. Jesus, man.
Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorinde and Navia are probably thinking something similar. The mood just got super awkward all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, we knew this was gonna happen, judging by the early warning signs.
Well, anyway. Would you look at the time? It's getting dark, so we should probably call it a day for real this time.
Yeah, it's getting dark.
If we keep talking like this, we really will be here all night.
Dark and depressing.
I had a great time today, Miss Clorinde. Thank you for being our GM.
Yeah, I always thank the game master.
Anytime.
The script was good, but I've got to say, your childhood stories were even better. Hey, you should tell us more about that fight against the Geo-Bishop sometime. Maybe your master was onto something.
Yeah, is it still alive? That's what I want to know about.
You could be right.
What does she mean, onto something? I certainly don't know any 5-year-olds who want to fight a bishop in their spare time.
Hey, you never know. Maybe that's the new way to raise your kid. Just pair it up with a monster. Alright, you two scrap it out.
Guess I'll head back as well. I need to save my energy if I want to continue enjoying the story tomorrow.
Fair enough.
You're that excited to hear about my fight with the bishop?
I was talking about the script.
Also the bishop. That was nice.
Just between the two of us, could you tell me what it was like to be the Geo-Bishop's pet?
But yeah, why do you want to know that, Navia, eh?
It was nothing special, really. Geo-Bishops don't understand the concept of a pet. So basically, it just headbutted me whenever I entered its territory.
Now I just need some fan art of like a young Clorinde next to a Geo-Bishop. That would be adorable.
And that hurt?
Yeah, it hurt. What, something you want to experience for yourself?
Yeah?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks.
I like their relationship though, it's adorable.
Let's go meet up with the group. Paimon's really looking forward to today's story.
Yeah, let's see it. I wonder if it's gonna be 2 locations or 3 locations. It'll probably be 3. Yeah, this is where we're going next. Yeah, come on guys, into this small gap in the wall.
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
It was the decision to give away the treasure, right? I'll keep it.
Is that really the most important part, though, Clorinde? Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings.
To be honest, the place is a lot more decorated than I thought it would be.
Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
Yeah.
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Meripede.
Yeah, that's what it's meant to be centered around.
So this set is going to be a part of the script?
Oh, I think we knew that already.
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm nor deny.
Alright, no spoilers, I appreciate it.
Anyone think Clorinde's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
She got the DM smile. Yeah, that'll definitely make you nervous.
Well, whatever happens, we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure.
It's like you see your dungeon master smiling and you just sat there like, that doesn't look good.
If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Clorinde's master did?
Smart.
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long as we're helping people, it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
Paimon, we get it. You want to use the treasure for yourself. You're selfish.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
Yeah, trying to get the DM to help. What's the best decision here?
Oh, Paimon's good. Thanks. Why aren't you saying anything, Navia? Wait, what's that next to you?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorinde mentioned last night. I found it.
Oh, fair enough.
Huh. I'm surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
It's actually really cute.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the circumstances in which you gave it to me. Of course I had to keep it safe.
I love that friendship, man.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison. We could dig a tunnel, or try to bribe the guards.
Okay, roll it back a little bit. Huh?
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
Yo, spoilers, Navia?
Well, it's only a matter of time. It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have an umbrella on hand, even when it's sunny.
It's just a bit of effort, though, carrying around an umbrella.
Alright, Paimon's made up her mind. Let's just give the treasure away.
Oh, there you go. I mean, it happens with every party in D&D. There's gonna be one instance where you all get locked up. It just happens.
Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
What? Paimon getting character development? Whoa.
So, you reached an agreement? All right then, we can continue with the story.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
All right.
Good choice, Paimon.
You collect the treasure and make your way back to the capital with your bag of loot in hand.
Yep, in we go.
The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere, but your spirits are surprisingly high.
But yeah, but what's the consequence of leaving the evil sorcerers doing their own thing? That's why I want to know.
In places where sunlight struggles to reach, you generously share your wealth with the children, the elderly, and the poor in urgent need of help.
You're welcome.
Thank you, kind soul. The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight. However, there's still quite a bit of Mora remaining. It appears you haven't made much progress.
Oh yeah, that was the old woman we saw walking away from the merchant. She didn't have any money.
She's probably trying to tell us to speed this up. We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
Yeah, until Navia sidetracks us.
Should we go find that man again at the square? He seemed like a pretty responsible guy. I'm sure he knows the people here far better than us.
Oh, good idea.
Just as you start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again, there's a voice.
Huh? Oh. Here we go. Ah, we can't see it. Clorinde is making a check. Oh, yeah, this is why we're gonna
Please
be...
wait, distinguished guests.
Because it might be the case that they get brainwashed and we get thrown in prison.
Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you and proceed to politely pay their respects.
Okay, we're good.
Greetings, gentlemen. Are we being invited for afternoon tea?
Surely you jest, my lady. That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you. Please come with us.
Oh yeah, that's not suspicious, is it? Time to get thrown in prison. Sick.
Do you think this could be a trap?
Yes.
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right? Meeting the king himself would be a fantastic opportunity to do that.
Alright, let's stage a coup.
I say we go for it. If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
See, there we go. Me and Navia know. Same page.
That sounds a little intense.
Sounds amazing.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks. The items appear quite ordinary in size and dimension, yet their presence somehow makes the emptiness of the hall feel even more surreal and ominous.
Yeah, showing off all this food when everyone's starving. I see you.
Wow, it's so luxurious.
Yeah, the line eyes.
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne before you. He wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's egg set right at the very front. As you observe it, you see a complex pattern of light reflect off its surface.
Your Majesty.
They're here, Your Majesty.
Oh, they're here, Your Majesty.
A man dressed in dark clothes likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king.
The minister is the evil sorcerer.
After a moment, he lowers his hands and stands back up. His gaze shifts to fixate on your group, but he does not move from his place at the king's side.
Okay, first of all, blue hair, blue eyebrows, blue eyes, blue mustache. Okay, my guy. This guy is definitely an alien.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though. We should keep a close eye on him.
Can I get an insight check on the minister for being sus?
The king remains still and says nothing. The minister is the one who speaks. Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself quite exhausted from work. So please allow me, his Prime Minister, to welcome you in his stead.
Is that so, my good sir?
I've heard tell that your group, the Marechaussee Hunters, used your exceptional ability with the sword to repel the monsters near the capital. Such a great deed deserves to be rewarded.
Nah, we're good.
However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes, you'll forgive me for seeking to verify the truth by speaking to you myself.
What were you, brainwashing?
Well, we've got nothing to hide. You brought us here to talk, right? So we'll just explain what happened.
Yeah, we beat up some monsters.
The golem's blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe. It took a lot of effort to defeat them, even for trained swordsmen like us.
Wasn't that hard, but okay.
Well, there was enough details, right? Believe us now?
It was enough time to set up a trap, if that's what you're saying.
Your account does indeed match those of the survivors. Since you were the ones who defeated the monsters, that must mean you are also in possession of the treasure they stole?
Bro, no. How were we supposed to know that they had treasure? Truthfully speaking, you know, it was very hidden. I mean, we did find it, of course, but that's besides the point.
Well, we did take the treasure, but...
Why do we let Paimon speak?
How did he know about the treasure?
My point exactly.
Then I must ask that you return it at once. It belongs to the kingdom.
Well, this is what we get for letting Paimon speak.
Wait, but didn't you just say that our great deed deserved a reward? Shouldn't the treasure be considered a part of that?
Yep.
Yes, that was indeed what I said. But you seem to have forgotten a very important distinction.
And what would that be, my good sir?
Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Taking the rightful wealth of a kingdom without said permission, on the other hand, is a crime.
Prison Arc, let's go! Woo!
But that's completely unreasonable.
Yeah, that makes no sense! If it weren't for us, the treasure would still be buried underground somewhere!
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You tried to dispose of the treasure without reporting it to the court and without receiving permission, yes?
Hey man, spoils of war. You snooze, you lose.
What, no answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary Marechaussee hunters, sought to take the treasure for yourselves?
No, we took it. We just did our own thing with it. Too bad.
Well, what about the king? Is he just gonna let this guy talk for him the whole time?
It's like, for some reason, he's been brainwashed.
Clad in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his hands resting on either side of the throne. His posture is rigid and unmoving. He stares forward with an empty look in his eyes, completely unmoved by the events before him.
Yeah, and that's not suspicious to any of us. There we go.
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be the evil sorcerer? Or could both the King and the Prime Minister have fallen under the evil sorcerer's control?
I mean, the fact that this man has blue hair, blue eyebrows, blue eyes, and a blue mustache tells me that he might be an evil sorcerer.
I would like to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
Nice one.
The guards in the palace appear fully armed. their expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the room, they stand at the ready, each with a hand placed upon the hilt of their sword, as if prepared to draw their weapons and surround you at a moment's notice.
That's not good.
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down, I guess.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters. What a pity. Guards, take them away and throw them in the dungeons.
Prisoner, woo!
Before I decide your fate, however, I must first determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Nah, I definitely don't, mate. Don't worry about
Can't
it.
we try to slip away? Or maybe start some kind of riot?
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Yeah, we'll just be making it worse.
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
Yeah, you can have my hand too.
Aw, thanks, you guys.
You allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding you on both sides.
I mean, we did help the guards from outside though, so they probably might come in and help us.
It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell the stench of death and decay all around you that you finally realize you've stepped into a completely different world.
Okay.
Stay here and don't try anything funny.
Don't do anything funny in D&D? You're asking for a lot, my guy.
The guards lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
I mean, Lenny's skill set might come in handy here, with sleight of hand in that.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall, but the only response you receive is the sound of water dripping from the ceiling.
Well,
No! What should we do now?
time for some lockpicking.
Carve out a new path of fate with our own two hands, of course. I draw my weapon.
Yeah, they didn't take that off us.
You reach toward your waist, but find nothing there.
There you go.
You now recall that your weapons were confiscated before the guards locked you in the cell. The bag of treasure along with them.
The DM's like, oh wait, I never said anything about that.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
Oh. It's one of those situations, eh? Yeah, man, what about that secret ingredient that I had hid away in my pocket, you know?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Yeah? That's the excuse for it?
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of this course of action. Moreover, the guards would have conducted a thorough search before throwing you in prison.
Yeah, shut that down.
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be seen?
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Hey, didn't we take the summon skill as well? That might be helpful here.
Oh, well, there goes all our plans.
Indeed.
Excuse me, DM, I have the weird summon skill. With the description of it is very broken.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well. This is where the script ends.
What? But that's a terrible ending!
I mean, but we're already told that this was a game where even the dungeon master or the game master doesn't even know what happens. Like, the script is written as it goes.
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint, or gives the GM some kind of code for how to move forward.
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed in the feeling of being in prison? Like, they'll only show us the way out once we've grown truly and utterly desperate?
They just leave the players locked in there for like a week.
That is a possibility.
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison. Oh, wait, guess that's kind of how the Fortress of Meripede works if you're lucky.
Yeah, or if you work hard enough.
Oh, before I forget, Navia, the short sword you had with you earlier. I took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to resemble anything from this era. If I remember correctly, that style was last in vogue several hundred years ago.
Very interesting.
Wait, Clorinde said that sword used to belong to her master, right? Does that mean her master has been alive that long?
That's one possibility, but it also might be just the case that it was handed down.
I doubt it. The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything. I'd say the sword was most likely an heirloom passed down over time.
I wonder if it was gifted by Cassador, though.
Hang on. A precious heirloom passed down to you by your master. And you gave it to me just like that?
Aww.
You weren't worried I might lose it?
That's so cute, dude.
Master left many things to me when she disappeared. There was the sword, an old key, and a good amount of junk she probably just didn't want to take with her.
An old key. That seems like it's going to be important.
I gave you the sword back then because I didn't want our friendship to end.
Oof. That's so wholesome, man.
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
After the duel between Mr. Callis and myself.
Oof. Oh, man. Yeah, that's, that brought down the mood.
Before that, Clorinde would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great terms with Papa as well.
Oh, that just makes it so much worse, man.
After the duel, though, there was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other. She entrusted this sword to me, and never came back.
Oof. Nothing like D&D and then depression, I guess.
We were both sad, and conflicted, and totally overthinking everything as a result.
I mean, when you're presented with that type of scenario, or situation anyway, your mind's gonna be a mess.
Whenever I looked at this sword, I couldn't help but wonder if Miss Petronia had never introduced us to each other at that picnic. Maybe part of the sadness I was feeling could have been avoided.
But then you also have to realize all the happy memories would have also been avoided.
Back then, it felt like I hadn't just lost a father, but a close friend as well.
Oh, man.
No one can change the past. The most important thing is that you two found your way back to each other and can enjoy things like this together.
True?
Yep, you're right.
I'm sorry, you two. I didn't mean to bring up any sad memories.
Think nothing of it. No one here is at fault.
Yeah, what's plopping at the door, man?
Huh?
Yeah, that's how you deliver it? That's just suspicious, isn't it?
Oh, looks like the next part of our script is here.
Yeah, no one's gonna question that of just being like, it was just delivered like that.
Perfect timing. The situation was really starting to get desperate. And not just because of the prison thing.
Mm-hmm.
From Clorinde's face, Paimon really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
It speaks to her professionalism as a senior GM. Maintaining a poker face takes true skill. Facts. When your DM does not give you any clues, especially with like facial expressions, that's what panics you, drives you insane.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. In this lightless dungeon, you lack a reliable way to tell how much time has passed. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust, and find yourselves alternating between fits of drowsiness and despair.
We just need to have Farina sing, brighten up the mood a little bit.
Suddenly, you hear footsteps outside the door.
Maybe the guard captain that we saved?
Heads up, everyone. Someone's coming.
Might be.
Gather close, everyone, and keep your voice down.
Yeah, probably one of the guys that we helped. My guy.
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a Marechaussee hunter.
Okay, that's kind of big.
Shh. I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
I mean, as long as he gets us out of here, I'll take it.
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise.
Oh,
If you want to escape, it has to be now.
that's good to know.
Executed? We barely did anything!
Yeah, well, it's like he's being brainwashed.
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
Maybe.
There will be time for speculation once we're out of here. As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just yet.
Nah, just let us go in it. That's all we need.
Infiltrating the capital was difficult, and finding a chance to speak with you has taken a lot out of me. I could go on, but I think we can all agree that now is not the time for details.
True. Well, it doesn't look like we have any other choice.
Have you seen our weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me.
Chad.
Just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes.
The Mind Flare.
His faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marashose hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
Is that so?
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you.
Alright, my guy.
As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
Rolls a natural one off screen.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my utmost.
Got it, Chief.
As for the location of the vault, here, this map should lead you there.
Okay, just another location we're going to. Alright.
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. I'll lead you out of here as quickly as possible.
Oh, we're getting a stealth section?
You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the Marashose hunters. So please, get out there and reclaim what's ours.
Yes, sir.
And be sure to exercise caution.
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons. Your sense of despair and anxiety both seem to fade as you continue your quest.
Let's take a few guards out on our way.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
Yeah, that was my point that I was
That
trying to
is a
say.
pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
Yeah, we could have just used like a summon to like break through the cells.
This should be the place marked on the map.
What is the rock just gonna fade?
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well, I'd say an investigation's in order then. Plus, if all else fails, we can just blow it up.
I mean, Navia's the one with the cannon, so... Yep, there we go.
Wow, you really meant that.
The dungeon master just sat there like, no, you were meant to find the secret lever. You know, there was like this whole puzzle that you needed to solve.
Before you lies a serene stretch of open water, its surface shimmering a brilliant shade of sapphire blue.
Well, guess this means it's time for a swim.
Yay, time to get our clothes wet. Wow, this is a very immersive D&D game. Imagine that, you're playing like a D&D game where you do visit like real life locations for like an immersive experience, and then they just tell you to swim. I think Clorinde's kind of catching on to the suspiciousness of this script writer.
What's the matter?
Is this a location she knows?
It's nothing.
I feel like it is.
As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
You say airy, but when you've got this music in the back, it feels like we just entered like a new world. I love this OST, by the way.
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden.
This is very well made.
But this door is blocking our way in. It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time. I've got to hand it to the tabletop troupe. They really went all out with the props.
Yeah, the quote-unquote props. And it's also got the symbol of the Marashose hunters on it.
Huh. What have we got down here? A kind of mechanism connected to the door? Ah, it looks like we might have to arrange it into a certain pattern.
We gotta get the hydros, man.
A pattern on a stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
Is something wrong, Clorinde?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits.
Hey, she's dedicating herself to the DM role.
Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed. If you listen closely, you can almost convince yourself you can hear the sound of its calm, gentle breathing.
That description makes Paimon feel kinda bad for disturbing this place.
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
It's for the greater good.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on it.
Yes, sir.
The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right? Let's start exploring the area.
Yeah, at this point, Clorinde's like, yeah, bro, even I don't have the script. I'm just going with the flow.
Yes, that should be fine.
Yeah.
Something feels off about all this. Guess I'll just have to improvise.
That's just how it goes, man. Do we have
I
to...
found something!
Okay, we just needed to wait for them. Well done,
Found
Navia.
something here too.
Oh, well done, gang. Come on, Farina. You've got this, Farina.
Same here!
Nice. Boop. And that should do it, right?
It worked!
Something just appeared. Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
It's a pouch.
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourselves worthy of inheriting the secrets of the past. At the end of each puzzle, you're rewarded with...
Something that she knows.
With?
a key.
Oh yeah, because Clorinde was also gifted with an old key, right? Oh, but this part of the key is like kind of missing. It's like one half of a key. So maybe Clorinde has the other half?
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys that are passed down from generation to generation. It looks just like the one Master passed down to me.
Damn, okay.
It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key. And it seems like we just collected 3 of them. That must mean...
Oh?
Huh? What's wrong?
I don't know, I just heard a sound.
You hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
Hey, I respect Clorinde, like, still dedicating herself to the DM role, you know? Like, as soon as something happens, she's instantly on it.
Huh? What's going on? Did we fall into another trap?
Sure, this is all part of the experience, guys.
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone. Without the torches, the space is now completely dark, and you cannot see anything.
She's a fun DM.
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
What? Paimon, you stop breaking immersion, Paimon.
Oh, right. Sorry.
You're ruining it for everyone.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
Yeah, well, that's not creepy at all, is it?
There's someone else here. Oh, this is so unsettling. I can't see anything.
Hey, she peeked.
I've been discovered then.
What? I mean, cool drip, I guess.
Wait, that voice,
It's the guard.
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself and has come to stake his claim.
Oh, I think he was the scriptwriter, right? I just realized. Yeah, he's the guy from the beginning of the quest. Imagine if he was just evil.
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Then I can probably relax.
Maybe it's part of the script.
Well, if we can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Now we can fight in darkness.
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a real Marechaussee Hunter. But This isn't part of the script.
Damn, okay, so he might have just been evil then.
Retreat! That's not the hunter way. If it's dark for us, then it's dark for him. We choose to fight.
I love how this guy's probably like, bro, I'm being real.
Your choice is noted. Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
Okay.
You got it.
Well then, let us begin.
The guy's just sat there like, bro, what are you guys doing? Nice eyes, those. Nice eyes, those. No. Yeah, Clorinde, are you doing this alone?
Loaded.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
You're doing a good job.
Successful.
You're doing a good job, Navia.
Ha! You're facing a veteran Marshose hunter. You don't stand a chance.
Man's actually getting clapped by people with their eyes closed.
Time to testify.
Is he still standing? Goodness, he sure has a lot of HP.
Whoops. I didn't mean to clap
Is
him.
it over? Can we open our eyes now?
You guys didn't hear any of that? Don't get me wrong, you've got your eyes closed, but you've still definitely got ears.
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end. The torches have not been relit.
Bro, I refuse to believe that all of us are this dumb.
What about now?
Yeah, ignore all the gunshots that are happening.
Final strike. Ha!
Alright, pop off, Clorinde. Sick. Okay.
Well, did we get him?
You sure did. Why isn't she answering?
Clorinde?
She's just sat there like, man, I don't know how to describe this.
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear.
She just goes over to him and she's like, you better play this part, because if you ruin this, you're gone.
In an impressive display of courage, the four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated him.
What, so he was being controlled as well?
Huh? Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be role-playing. I should stay in character.
I was about to say, I don't...
Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us?
I was about to say, this guy didn't have those eyes at the start of the quest, because I'm pretty sure I would have realized it, right?
Is this treasure really more important to you than bringing peace to the kingdom?
What kingdom? What peace? Those were nothing but lies.
The funny thing is that I feel like he's currently brainwashed, but because of that, he's playing the role perfectly well.
I, Florian, am a true Marashose hunter, descended from hunters of ages past.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his eyes are different. So yeah, his eyes in the beginning were like pink purplish.
So he's also using his real name. Or, wait, was that the name of his character from the very beginning?
This is all playing out pretty well.
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a Marashose hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said before? Shouldn't we fight together for the sake of the people?
The fact that Clorinde's the only one who's sat here like, bro, what's going on?
What do you know? In this day and age, there's no glory to be had as a Marashose hunter.
What's that supposed to mean?
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. Still, he devoted everything he had to being a Marashose hunter.
Okay, go on.
And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world that forgot all about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing. The Marashose hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes. We deserved more recognition and respect than this.
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy? I didn't expect the script to contain this level of social criticism.
Yeah, this seems a bit too real for some reason.
So that's why you want to take the treasure for yourself? You feel like you're owed fame and wealth?
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come down here and take it?
Needed 4 keys in it.
Because I still needed the final key.
Only a true Marashose hunter is capable of passing through this final door.
It has nothing to do with the 4 keys. No. So yeah, how do you roleplay that the DM has the final key? Because then you're breaking immersion.
As someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain, Florian lost that right long ago.
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway? We've got all the keys, right? So can we just go in and take a look?
You're sure you want to go in?
Was the Hydra things drawing the symbol on the floor here? I totally missed that if they were.
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's inside.
And we've already defeated Florian, right? So he won't try to take it from us anymore.
About that.
Pesky brats.
Bro sat here trying to be real and all that, trying to express his real problems. And we're just saying like, bro, this guy's a really good actor for some reason.
Watch yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's open the door together.
Clorine's just sat there like, you better not ruin this D&D game, because I'm gonna bat you if you do.
All right. Your choice of action is confirmed.
Alright, let's get it. Clorinde takes out the keys from earlier and walks up to the heavy door. Without anyone noticing, she takes out her own key and joins it with the others to form the final required shape. Okay, that's how she got around it. There it is.
Before you, the door to the treasure, sealed and undisturbed for more than 100 years, finally swings open. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse, almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn. You get the impression that the secrets buried behind this door might be just as heavy as the sound you just heard.
Yeah, we've got some swords in here as well.
It's open! Come on, let's go in!
Paimon,
I want to see what's inside!
get out the way!
Ooh, me too!
I want to see.
Ugh, uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring. What do we have here? Uh-huh.
Huh, this seems a bit too real, guys.
A stone tablet? And some shabby weapons?
Yeah, is none of you looking at this and being like, okay, this is a bit too real? I'm guessing this is all the swords of the previous hunters.
You call this a treasure vault? Looks more like an abandoned warehouse!
Shut up, Paimon.
Maybe the troop ran out of budget at the end?
They provided a super immersive experience at the beginning only to drop the ball at the most important part? They could have at least filled this place with cardboard Mora or something!
Wait, I get it now. Paimon, this is the real Marashose hunter treasure.
It was the friends we made along the way.
This is it? The Marashose Hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some broken swords? I can't believe it. I refuse to believe it!
Hey, man. The real treasure is the friends we made along the way. Okay, yeah, he was possessed.
Whoa, are you okay?
Yeah, because we saw that in the world quest as well, where people were, like, possessed by the spirit of, Rumurians. I'm butchering that, I do apologize. He's good now.
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. He needs to leave the room for a moment to collect himself.
Man, respect the Clorinde, though. Keeping the players immersed.
One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may remain here in the meantime and explore your surroundings.
Wait a minute, that's kind of weird, seeing the Traveler from a different point of view.
Walter.
White?
What is the treasure supposed to be?
Friendship, Paimon.
The names on the tablet.
Yeah, Navia probably knows. A stone tablet that stands there quietly. A few people's names and deeds have been inscribed upon it.
So, how are you doing? Feeling any better?
Yeah, how was being possessed?
What just happened?
Do you remember how you got here? Or what happened to your body just now?
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to... The explosives in the cave!
Uh-huh? The what now?
You mean these?
Okay, we're good.
Huh? How did you...
Sick.
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole thing.
Okay, badass. Okay, so his eyes are also different as well now. They've changed 2 times now. So maybe at the beginning, his eyes were like that because he was slowly being possessed, and then they changed it again when he was fully possessed.
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It would seem your skills as a Marashose hunter are as sharp as ever.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve some answers, don't you think? Tell me why you wanted to lure me here. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your monologue was dramatic enough to convince my friends you were just role-playing.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry. Who knows? Maybe it was my own anger all along. I could never really tell. The feelings about my father and the other Marashose hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter that no one remembered them or praised their accomplishments.
Okay, I thought he was just being possessed by like a spirit of a Marashose hunter. Okay.
I don't know when it started, but at some point, my anger came to completely consume me. At that point, I remembered the legend my father used to tell me. The one about the treasure.
So yeah, the treasure is pretty much just like a memory bank. So it remembers hunters and praises them for their deeds that no one else like acknowledges. So I'm guessing his father's name's probably written in there.
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives? Wouldn't they just destroy the treasure and bury you along with it?
True.
I can't remember. My head is a mess. It felt like there was this voice telling me to eliminate the hunters, but now it's gone.
From your description, I suspect you were dealing with a Devorator.
Devorator?
Oh, your master, your father, I mean, never talked about it? It was a kind of monster that was active several centuries ago.
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you suddenly... Wait, it can't be. The seal!
Ah, not good.
The seal?
Yeah, the seal on the monsters. There was a character that said that in the when we were playing.
My family has served as Marashose hunters for many generations. But the title and swordsmanship weren't the only things passed down over our line. There was a seal as well.
Yeah, which character said it? It was the character where the fountain was in Mondstadt. Although the fountain was removed, he was in that area. Yeah, because he said something about a seal. So yeah, this whole thing was a setup for it.
My father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. He said it had been passed down over a truly ancient age, and protecting it was our clan's most important duty.
Ah, so we're in danger then.
But I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and check on it one day, and that's where my memories become fuzzy.
Ah, that's when he got possessed. Okay.
The Devorator would be a formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the Hunters. If you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption. In light of this, some Marashose hunters chose to seal the Devorator away, in the hopes that a permanent solution would come with the passage of time.
And has there?
I heard it has the power to amplify the obsessions and desires in people's hearts, to the point where they overtake you entirely. It would seem I'm not just lacking in skill with a blade, but in mental fortitude as well.
I feel like that just goes for like anyone though, right?
And yet, you were able to retrieve 3 of the 4 keys. If I remember correctly, each was entrusted to a respected and capable hunter. How did you manage it?
Murdered them.
One of them belonged to my father. The second I stole from a different hunter. And the third... was one that I snatched while the person was on the way home from the tavern. I nearly died in that alley.
Hey, to say you're not capable, you're a pretty good thief.
I know just how strong you are. It's as clear as day to everyone in Fontaine. I observed you from dusk to dawn, but could never find any opportunity to sneak up on you. I never even saw you drink a single glass of liquor.
I mean, you gotta give it to him, man. At least he was smart.
The only way I could think to obtain that last key was to lure you here using your hobby, and then... Oh, I get it now. That monster, it wanted to bury you here alongside the treasure.
I won't comment on anything else, but the script was good.
Was indeed.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marechaussee hunters and how they came to be forgotten.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
I mean, at least with this, he's kind of like bringing light to his dad's situation, or his dad's legacy or story, so to speak, by telling it through this type of script.
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
Also at that point.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story.
Oh yeah, that part.
Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain, and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of hearts, he was the one you truly wanted to defeat.
Oh, I'm guessing that's the monster that's currently sealed away. Okay.
But I've already tainted my sword. I no longer have any right to...
Nah, you're being pathetic.
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you introduced yourself earlier?
Yes, sir.
Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged by the people? What did your father teach you about our order?
You take names and you kick ass. Well,
You do not
monster's
wield your
ass anyway.
sword for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else. Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that room, they represent the true legacy the hunters left behind.
The deeds.
You're right. I am a Marechaussee hunter. It's time for me to redeem, no, to finally serve the people I vowed to protect all along.
There you go.
I wouldn't be so quick to push aside the need for redemption.
I know. That's a charge I won't bother to defend myself against.
You know, I respect it.
Good. Then, come with me, and help me see the script through to the end.
Yeah, continue playing your role.
Huh? See the script through to the end? But there's no more script left.
Now, we have to seal the monster again, but we're gonna play it off as, you know, it being part of the script.
Never finished it, huh?
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here. There was no reason to write beyond this point.
Alright, Clorinde, you gotta improvise it.
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil sorcerer still needs to be defeated.
You mean the Devorator? Are you saying I have to make up the rest of the script as we go along?
Hey, sometimes that's just how it is. Your players go off track and you just gotta go along with it.
Is that really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunters win and justice prevails. I'll be there to help you too.
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
Nah, we're strong.
I know what my friends are capable of, and they're all quite skilled. Besides, I need their help.
Aw.
Then, are you going to tell them the truth about all this?
Nah.
I don't intend to spoil the fun. Sometimes, protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you think?
So yeah, we actually might see everyone pop off then. Okay. Kinda like where this is going. Alright, we're back.
They're back!
That took a while.
Sorting out the last part of the story. You've got this, man.
Ahem! My fellow Mara Shosei hunters, please forgive me, for I have sinned.
Good enough.
Tone it down.
Yeah. Being a little bit too over the top.
Sorry.
Yeah, telepathy?
After crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true self and regained my pride as a Mara Shosei hunter.
Oh, do I smell a redemption arc?
Hey, man. I'm a sucker for a redemption arc, to be honest.
I confess, I was brainwashed by the evil sorcerer. He asked me to lure you here so he could bury you in this cave.
That little... Wait, you're saying all of that wasn't you, but the evil sorcerer?
Yeah, it seems like it. And what do you mean, bury us into this cave?
That's right. He's adept at manipulating the hearts and minds of the people. I fell under his influence because I did not possess a strong enough sense of will.
And how are you going to prove that you're a changed man? We're not going to fall for the same trap twice.
Because I will bring you to the monster.
To be perfectly honest, I only came to my senses after seeing the treasure. It reminded me of my father's past teachings. The treasure was actually...
Friendship.
The names of all the Mara Shosei hunters from ages past and their weapons?
Mm-hmm. And their deeds.
Wait, you already know?
Of course. Don't underestimate a veteran role player's exploration skills. Oh, wait, I mean, Mara Shosei hunter Navia's exploration skills.
There you go.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, this Mara Shosei hunter called Est.
We've heard the name Est before, right? It's in the World Quest. He's a descendant of the Remerians? Okay, let me search this up. So yeah, he's a descendant of a Remerian, and his ancestor also had the same name.
She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter and passed judgment on many people. But in private, she had a very easygoing personality. Her favorite pastime was singing and dancing with her friends, and she was said to have a beautiful voice.
That's cute. So yeah, this is the same Esther.
So, she was just like you.
Oh, you really think so?
Oh, that was cute. The multiple, not knowing which pose.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I also have a few things in common with this Walter.
And I'm guessing Walter was his dad's name.
Working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies in battle. Oh, if only I could have seen the feats of magic he pulled off back then.
Oh, well, there you go.
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments. How could they have all been forgotten?
Well, they've all been written down here, so they're not technically ever forgotten.
Because they chose to be.
Yeah, they don't desire fame.
To hunt monsters that only appear in the shadows, you must also operate in the dark. To be a Mara Shosei hunter is to willingly give up on wealth and fame.
Mm-hmm.
Then this stone tablet must have been left behind by their companions.
So yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, the people of the world won't remember you or your deeds, but we as fellow hunters will remember you.
That's right. Few Mara Shosei hunters ever revealed their identity to the public. They always protected the city from the shadows.
I like that. I respect that a lot.
The only time they spoke of their accomplishments would be at night, when they gathered with their fellow hunters in front of the bonfire to share stories of the monsters slain by their hand.
Nice.
So, this tablet was created not so that the hunters would be remembered by the people, but so that they would be remembered by each other.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone tablet in solemn silence. The names of your comrades etched onto its surface serve as a reminder that you are never truly alone.
Nice.
The tablet proves that, although a hunter walks a shrouded path, it is not a solitary one. There will always be those who walk beside you, a fact that remains as true today as in ages long past.
There you go.
Their legacies shall continue to be passed down from generation to generation, as everlasting as the stone onto which their names are carved.
I really like how they're doing all this, by the way. Retelling the lore in this way.
Father, you once told me that I should seek out the treasure if I ever became lost. So this is what you wanted me to find.
I've decided to trust you, Florian. I'd like to do an insight check on him. This is exactly what I would do. Yeah, we can't see it.
His eyes are sincere, and his words ring true. You can tell that every word he spoke just now came from the bottom of his heart.
Sick.
I implore you, everyone, please give me a chance to make up for all I've done. Allow me to fight alongside you and defeat the evil sorcerer that threatens the peace and prosperity of everyone in this kingdom.
In this basement. I'm so glad they gave us that option to do an insight check.
Well, I say we let you join.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good to me too. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you do to make up for them.
I know, oh yeah, there was also that part in the prison where he was saying that he'll join us for the final fight. There you go, foreshadowing.
I have no objections, but Mr. Florian, do you even know how to defeat the evil sorcerer?
When he took over my mind, I gained some insight into his thoughts. Every time I thought of the treasure, he reacted with a strong sense of fear.
Friendship.
Huh? He's afraid of the treasure? But there's nothing here except some broken weapons and the stone tablet.
Maybe it is just like the fear of the hunters.
What if the secret's hidden inside these weapons?
Special materials, maybe?
GM, permission to investigate.
Investigation check, boys. Oh, we got to beat an 8. 12. Nice one, Navia.
At first glance, the weapons appear absolutely ordinary. But as you observe them, you notice a faint energy emanating from within.
Okay, so they do have special things to them.
These blades have slain countless monsters. Though it's been a long time since they were used in battle, their edges remain sharp, as if they're simply waiting for the next worthy hunter to carry on their legacy.
Fair enough.
So basically take these with us, right?
Seems like that's the case.
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to Est. Maybe it'll find comfort in being held by someone who appreciates the arts.
That's so cool, though, the way they did that, like, putting old names of, like, ancient people onto the new current ones. That's nice.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Navia's probably already, like, figured out what's kind of going on.
Paimon's gonna pick a cool weapon too!
We'll take Cassador.
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your being. It's a feeling of courage, determination. A silent vow passed down from generation to generation that says, eradicate the monsters, no matter the cost.
Imagine if we do get, like, a flashback or, like, a memories of the hunters. That would have been cool.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the evil sorcerer?
Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Cassador again. What a Chad.
I was able to see his surroundings when our minds were connected. I believe he's currently hiding out at the church in the kingdom.
He's hiding out in the basement in my house.
We must be extremely careful. He's spent so long living among monsters that he's now taken the form of one. He will not be easily defeated.
Yeah, we can take him.
Then why don't we explore some more and try to find some higher level gear? We don't want to just fight him and lose, right?
Hey, you know what, Paimon? As someone that explores every nook and cranny of any game I play, I feel you on that one.
Oh,
Nah.
no. We have to strike now. He was greatly weakened when I managed to break out of his control. If we let him rest, he might have time to escape.
Nice one. Good save.
I agree with Mr. Florian. We've got to act while we have the advantage. Don't forget, the people of the capital are counting on us.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting. The longer this drags on, the worse it will be for everybody.
Don't know why Pama's acting like she's the one that's going to be fighting anyway.
Yes, that's what's called
taking the initiative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
Mr. Florian, please lead the way.
Of course. Follow me.
Alright, let's go. Let's end this campaign.
He had to set up so many scenes today, and now he has to join in for this last part. I really don't envy his job.
Yeah, man, you gotta give respect to the DMs.
Finally, you decide to slay the evil sorcerer and bring peace back to the kingdom once and for all.
Let's get it.
As you walk away, you feel the gaze of the stone tablet at your back, as if all the hunters of the past are wishing you success in the battle ahead and awaiting your triumphant return.
It's so cool, man. So this area is just gonna be like permanently unlocked now. That's kind of cool.
Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described.
Alright, let's go to this man's house.
As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds you. You get the sense that your enemy is close at hand.
Man must have a big basement.
How strange. This uneasy feeling seems so real. How did they manage that?
You're just getting really immersed.
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go.
I respect the
Florian, wait.
Words. I respect the dedication.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. You've already been corrupted by the Devorator once. It could easily re-enter your mind and take control of your body.
A reasonable caution.
I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close. If it corrupts you again, it's possible you might take on a new form entirely.
Oh.
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should be at the very front.
I respect it.
You mean...
Yes. I intend to lure it into my body.
Oh, damn. Well, and that's like the only way to defeat it.
That's too risky. If things get out of hand, I might have to kill you. Do you understand how dangerous this is?
I understand, but if I do this, you'll have a clear and visible target.
We're kind of like role-playing here, and we don't want to accidentally kill a guy, you know?
The Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance to enter a body it knows how to control. You won't have to worry about any of your friends being taken over.
I mean, there might be a way to dispel it.
You're not like me, Miss Clorinde. You're a just and powerful Marechaussee hunter. The monster broke free due to my error. It's only right that I shoulder the responsibility for its destruction.
Fair enough.
This is something that I have to do.
Yeah, I respect it.
Consider it a duel to restore my honor. My only request is that you give it your all.
I understand.
God, imagine playing a D&D game and you end up killing a guy. Crazy.
Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most sincere regards.
Nice.
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of the Marechaussee hunters.
Hopefully we can save him anyway. Oh, here we go. Alright. Time to scrap. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have to kill him. Oh, damn. Okay.
So lifelike.
Yeah. No one else gonna, like, question why this looks so real? Sick. Alright, we actually seeing everyone pop off? Nice. Alright, Traveler. God, seeing Lenny fight is always amazing. Okay. Get his ass.
Why is nothing working?
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own two hands.
The treasure? You mean...
But Clorinde's...
Names! It's the Marechaussee hunters' names!
Oh, there you go.
Supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
The power of friendship.
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Yeah,
Walter
the summon
the
skill.
Marechaussee Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters. I call
Nice.
for
That's so cool.
Est, the Marechaussee Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will.
Yeah, you
Judge
got
of
it.
the Shadow Hunters.
Who do we have?
Answer my call!
Alright, time to clap him.
Petronia, protector of justice and order.
Ah,
the hunter
that's
I
nice.
respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend,
Oof,
the best
man.
one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength.
Right in the feel. Yeah, Navia Khan.
We have come
Okay,
to
Clorinde.
answer your summons.
Pop off. Okay. Yeah, clap him. Sheesh.
And so,
Sick.
the monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated.
Man, that was so sweet. Navia coming in clutch at the end to get her involved. Oh yeah, I forgot about the guy. Is he alive?
Peace soon returned to the capital. Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways.
Look, I know this is like cool and all, but is no one going to acknowledge that the guy just turned into a monster and perished?
Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser.
Wait, someone going to acknowledge the dead guy next to us?
Such is the story of the Marechaussee Hunters. They pursue the phantoms in the darkness and exterminate all who pose a threat.
Since his body's still here, I think we can assume that he's alive.
They will always protect the city and those within it, even should all memory of their accomplishments be forgotten by the very people they serve.
Don't worry, guys, he's just having a really good nap.
I am assuming we've finally reached the end of the script.
Yeah, no one gonna question what just happened?
Yes, you've reached one of the better endings.
It's a pretty solid story overall. I thought it was just an ordinary adventure at first, but the further we got into it, the more impressed I became with the production and the plot.
Yeah, suddenly it just became really real.
That final battle especially. All the effects were super realistic.
Somehow.
Oh, right. Yeah, totally.
Good on you, Navia.
Ah, that's a really good point. I never expected the weapons we picked up from that vault would have that kind of effect.
Yeah, man, technology's come a long way.
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started glowing. I took a good look at it after we got out, but I don't think it ever lit up again.
It served its purpose now.
Oh, we should probably give these props back, right? I'll just leave mine here.
Did you have a good time?
Why has no one acknowledged the guy on the floor yet? Like, no concern about his health or anything? He's just lying there.
Of course. Let me know if another script like this comes around.
Sure, no problem.
Then I'll head back for now. I think I need some time to fully digest everything that just happened.
Just no concern over this guy whatsoever.
Once Mr. Florian is awake, please pass on my regards to him. He must be extremely exhausted to have passed out cold like that.
Yeah, we can see him breathing. He's good.
You're right. He's had a lot to deal with.
He did indeed.
Well, see you all some other time. Toodaloo!
Toodaloo. I feel like Lenny might have caught on as well. I don't know though.
Okay, so, can I ask now?
Lenny's definitely not stupid enough to kind of fall for that.
I think it should be fine, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
What in the world was going on back there?
Man, that was crazy.
So you saw through all of that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
That time in the cave when you told us to close our eyes, it'd be weirder if we didn't notice anything.
I was dying of curiosity the entire time. I mean, you did a pretty bang-up job of pretending nothing had gone wrong.
Yeah.
Farina actually looked like she thought all of it was planned.
Again, I respect the dedication of continuing to be the dungeon master or the game master.
Guess none of us wanted to be the one to break the illusion.
What are you all talking about?
Alright, come on guys, you're not that dumb. Yeah, I was just playing along too.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me Paimon never... No, this is all my fault. It's not too late to cover your ears. Here, Paimon, I'll do it for you.
Just give her a good smack that if she forgets the last like 2 minutes.
Bit late for that, don't you think?
You're saying everything that happened back there wasn't actually part of the script?
Who would have guessed?
It's probably more accurate to say this was never a real scripted story to begin with.
What?
So loud. My head.
Wakey wakey. You good?
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself!
Paimon, the man literally just got turned into a monster. Shut up.
No shaking, please! Oh, my head.
Florian explains the truth to everyone.
Did Paimon just hear that right? You guys made up that whole last part on the spot?
Yeah, pretty impressive.
It's not nice to lie to people, but Paimon's got to admit that was a really good story, Florian. Oh, and nice improvisation, Clorinde!
When you're a good DM, you gotta be good at improvising.
Yeah, it was like watching a magician improvise a spectacular magic trick after forgetting an important prop.
Do you have experience with that, Lenny?
If Paimon knew something was wrong with that bulb, she would have floated straight in the opposite direction.
Everything was under control.
Was it?
As if you've ever described a situation as being out of control. I'm pretty sure any situation you consider to be easy to handle would scare a reasonable person half to death.
Fair enough.
Guess I'm just used to it.
You must run into a lot of unexpected situations then. That explains why you're so good at coming up with things on the spot.
I mean, she was literally fighting with a Geo Bishop at the age of 5, so yeah.
As for you, Florian...
You're gonna be put on trial for your crimes.
I know there's no excuse for what I did. I'll turn myself into the guards at once, confess my crimes, and accept any punishment that comes my way.
Fair enough.
I would say you've already suffered more than enough.
Also true. The man did put his body on the line.
What?
You may have been blinded by fame and fortune in the beginning, but your actions during the final battle had proven you to be a true Marechaussee hunter. You'll be far more used to the city above ground than below.
True.
Your job as a hunter is more important.
But...
No one needs to know about it.
Of course, you'll still need to take the keys and pay a personal visit to the 2 hunters you wronged. Prepare to accept any terms they give you as well.
Yes, of course.
I feel like the other 2 need to do a better job at protecting their keys, though. I'm just saying.
As far as I'm concerned, though, your showing in the duel was enough to prove your honor.
Then I'll do exactly as you said. I'll go return those 2 keys right now.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be entrusted to other hunters because if you can't protect your own keys, gotta give it up.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'll do my best to prove myself worthy of the second chance you've given me. I swear this on my name and honor as a Marechaussee hunter.
You've got this.
Until we meet again, everyone.
And then we'll never meet him again. You exit the basement shortly after Florian. Alright.
Speaking of Marechaussee hunters, what should we do about the treasure in that cave?
Lock it back up, I'm guessing. I'm just gonna leave it open. Anyone that finds it, I guess.
Leave it be.
There we go.
Are you sure? We could show it to people, make it so that the hunters are remembered. Don't you want that?
I mean, they don't want that, though.
No. Every name on that tablet made the same choice. All hunters know what the path entails.
Yeah.
I am no exception. My identity as a Marechaussee hunter is not something I need people to remember. I wish only to be recognized as a champion duelist. Nothing more.
There you go.
That's certainly very different from the path of a magician. Still, I admire your decision.
I think it's much more beneficial if no one knows anyway. Just in case you do have like enemies or something similar to that.
Wait, I just remembered something. If there were no special effects involved, why did our weapons begin to glow during the battle?
Spirits, Paimon, spirits.
That's because the Marashosei hunters of ages past would often imbue their weapons with special enchantments to suppress the monsters. Whenever a monster was nearby, their weapons would start to glow.
Okay.
Oh, so that's why they had an effect on that guy near the end. I really thought the summons were doing all the work.
So it was just Clorinde that did all the work? Gotcha.
Well, I'm sure the summons were a part of it too.
They were just there for special effect.
Oh? How so?
This particular devorator probably hailed from the same era as the hunters we saw in the room.
So they basically gave him PTSD.
The names you recited all belonged to the bravest hunters. Countless monsters fell to their blades. That's likely why the devorator visibly reacted when you said them out loud.
There you go.
So the names held the power all along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one with Navia was so sweet though.
Navia, everything you said during your summon.
That was cute, man.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah?
I meant what I said. I mean, it was true to my character, so yeah. I'm glad you heard it. Just don't make me repeat myself. It's embarrassing.
It's so adorable. That's so cute. What a great friendship, eh?
I really appreciated those words.
All right. Don't get all sentimental on me. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. I'm going to go on ahead. Don't fall too far behind now.
She ran off!
Yep, embarrassed.
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible. I might have to spend the whole night telling my siblings all about it.
Yeah, what an adventure. See you later, Lenny.
Goodbye.
You good?
Traveler, should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you think the significance of your journey will be?
Just want to find my brother, innit?
I suppose the significance would be the journey itself and the world we helped create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here, in the things we were able to accomplish, even if no one remembers them.
Bro, it's always a jump scare hearing the Traveler talk. Yeah, I respect that.
A great answer. I'll remember it.
Yeah, what would your answer be, Clorinde?
Me?
Go on.
The Marashosei hunter says nothing in response to that question.
Yeah, that's how you avoid it?
Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.
Yeah, being the GM until the very end? Okay. Silent Night completed. That was super enjoyable. Absolutely loved how they did that. Again, I'm a huge nerd for D&D, so I was loving every part of that. I love the references. I am glad that I did play through the world quest in Remuria, that area, so to speak, because that just gave me a lot more kind of context about what was happening. But yeah, I really do like how they touched upon that lore with this through D&D. And yeah, I don't know if like the game mode they were showing there is maybe something that they want to implement, or if that's like the permanent mode that we're gonna see being added into the game. But I feel like that's something separate. So I don't know if this was like an early kind of test on a potential future game mode, but I'm down for that. That was a lot of fun, and I wouldn't mind getting a second chapter of this, or having another story chapter where we just have a different campaign. And Navia and Clorinde's friendship, once again, just being absolutely wholesome to, like, witness. It's so cute, dude. It was nice to see everyone get, like, their own moment at the end, just popping off. It's always great just seeing characters actually fight with their abilities. But yeah, had an absolute blast with that.
And so, if you don't want to miss any future reactions to Genshin Impact content, be sure to hit that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you then.